Hello class, today we will learn how to create a bar graph. Before we can create a bar graph, we need to collect data. One way to collect data is through using surveys that ask questions. Here we see a question that was asked to first graders. The question was, what is your favorite zoo animal? As you can recall, we can use tally marks to quickly and visually track counting. So when asked the question, students responded by placing a tally mark next to their favorite animal. Here is the data that resulted. The bear had a total of 2. The lion was liked by 10 students. The flamingo by 6. The tiger was most popular with a total of 12. The snake 8. And as if you can recall, when we were using tally marks, we identify the 5 by placing 4 marks and then having a diagonal cross line across all 4 marks to identify that as a 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and the elephant had a total of 4. Now that we have collected the tallies, we can easily add up the total. So we could see that it was 2. We could count by 5s, and the lion had 5, 10. The flamingo had 5 plus 1, which equals 6. The tiger had 5, 10, 11, 12. The snake had 5, 6, 7, 8. And last but not least, the elephant had a total of 4. Now we have some data that we can use to input into our bar graph. So next, let's move on to creating our bar graph. Here you see some graph paper that we could use to kind of help us build our graph. So, do you remember how many parts are used to create a graph? 4. You are correct. There's a title, label, scales, and the bars themselves. Let's begin with the title. Our question was asked, what is your favorite zoo animal? Our title should always represent the data. Therefore, in this case, we can simply use favorite zoo animals. And the title always wants to be on top and very visual. That way people know what the data is representing. Next, we'll move on to the labels. In this case, we were comparing different types of zoo animals. So for the labels, we're going to input the names of the zoo animals. So we had a bear, a lion, flamingo, tiger, snake, and our big friend, the elephant. So now we have our title and we have completed our labels. Now we're going to move on to the scales. So we must first determine what kind of scale is needed to meet the needs of our data. We know that our smallest number was 2 and our largest was 12. So therefore, we could count by 2s to ensure that we are able to meet all the data. So we'll start with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now we have a scale to work with. Last, we will input our bars. based on the data. So with bears, we had 2 children who enjoyed the bears the most. So in this case, we're going to go under bear, we're going to find the number 2, put a line, and draw our bar. For the lion, we had a total of 10. So we go to our scale, find the number 10, and we're going to draw our bar for the lion. Our pink flamingo had a total of 6 students who enjoyed the flamingo. So we find our 6, we line it up, and we simply draw our bar. The tiger was the most popular with a total of 12. Therefore we have our bar there. Our green snake had a total of 8. So we're going to find the number 8, run it across, continue down with your bars, and last but certainly not least, our elephant was a total of 4. So you now have created a bar graph using data that we collected from a survey. Thank you for joining me. Have a nice day.